All right, family. We black again. Once again, it's on with the general. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all about to get that fire before we get started. I want y'all to most definitely check out my Patreon. We will be getting down this evening. That's right. We putting in some solid work tonight. You should not hesitate to become a patron immediately. That's right. Let me get it going on up in here. Let me get my style together. I don't like that right there. There we go. Make sure you get over there to Patreon. We got over 500 exclusive live stream. Ain't another Patreon page like it. KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General SETI products, DVDs, t-shirts, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry. Get you something nice. Also, you could become a member of General SETI, Sarasu SETI YouTube page, gain access to exclusive videos, presentations, shorts. We got that for you. You can also donate. You feel the general's presentation is off the chain. You can always donate to the general. The link is right there in the chat, the video description. Also, make sure you like the video, share it with your family, and like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. Comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Here we go, family. I just got to say this, man. Real talk. You know, coming up under Dr. Ben, Dr. John Henry Clark, even Khalid Abdul Muhammad, listening to Malcolm X, you talking about, era in which our teachers, they never back down. You see what I'm saying? From a confrontation. You see, they always, when the confrontation reared its head, our elders always looked at confrontation eye to eye and dealt with it. You understand what I'm saying? Dealt with it, never went back on the truth. You see, never went back on the truth. I remember when Dr. John Henry Clark, he was on Farrakhan. He would not relent off of Farrakhan. You understand what I'm saying? He would not relent off of Farrakhan. He was on his ass. You see what I'm saying? Dr. Ben, it was many of that Dr. Ben didn't relent off of. You see what I'm saying? Fell out with the whole goddamn community. He didn't give a goddamn. You see what I'm saying? Fell out. You see, Dr. Ben didn't hold his goddamn tongue on none of them. The Freemasons. He didn't hold his tongue on the Muslims. He didn't even hold his tongue on the Rastafarians. You see what I'm saying? Haile Selassie. And so, he always had that fiery tongue. Khalid. He had the real he had the, look Farrakhan in his eyes. So, when the heat was on, it was on. They never relented, you see, in the face of the opposition. The truth is the truth. What the fuck? And so I listen and man, these niggas is not in no manifestation. And motherfuckers be thinking, no, they're not in that manifestation. You see, they're not in that manifestation of that elite group. Elite group. You see what I'm saying? Unmerciful. Didn't spare no, ain't trying to be friends with you. Ain't trying to be friends with you. You fabricating lies. You see, you're fabricating lies. You're trying to destroy, you understand what I'm saying? The scholarship. You know what I'm saying? Of hundreds, if not thousands of scholars, and you niggas supposed to be on the front line defending. And goddamn it, you in cahoots. A lot of these niggas out here ain't no man. These niggas is mercenaries, paid mercenaries. They flip flopping. You know what I'm saying? On this side one day, on the other side the next day. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no apology. I'm not apologizing to no motherfucking body. Period. Period. You see what I'm saying? And at this point in time, once I dig in to this battle, it's on. It ain't no motherfucking fuck it. Let the blood, you understand, intellectual bloodshed. It's just how it's gonna have to be. You see, and after we tried to come with the the olive branch. We tried to come with the olive. Ain't no more olive branch. You see what I'm saying? We done melted that shit down, made olive oil. You know, and you understand what I'm saying? Put it in our hair and skin. You nigga would get ready for this goddamn battle. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't no more goddamn olive branch. You see? And so it's amazing, man, that we got, it's a compromise. It's a motherfucking compromise, and ain't gonna be no goddamn compromise. You see, we got to hold the front fucking line. There's too many of great scholarship that did, and people get in today's, they egotism. Nigga, y'all not there. Nowhere close. You see what I'm saying? Nowhere close to the masters. You see the grand masters. And so, and that's what I honored about them. You know what I'm saying? They never relented. They never relented. They never compromised themselves. For the information, they would never compromise. You couldn't compromise Dr. Ben, Dr. John Henry Clark, or Khalid Abdul Muhammad, or Ivan Van Sertima. You couldn't compromise them type of master teachers. They was on, if they know your ass teaching falsehood, they on your ass. They on your ass. Period. Ain't no compromise, ain't no cahoot. But see, too much of this, all this conscious, ain't no fucking conscious community. A bunch of hypocrites, a bunch of groups that really don't see eye to eye, don't have no cohesive fucking philosophy, ideology, had no cohesive ideology. All they do is like to jump on it and debate all the motherfucking time, this, that, and the third. That's all the niggas looking for. You see, I think I might have fucking, poisoned these niggas when I started debating for the first time. Everybody, when I debated Alim and shit, and they seen, it was flawless and shit, flawless victory. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of people just wanted to, you feel like they had something like that under their belt, but they just did not. It was done for the right reason. It wasn't for the glory. For no self glory. It was for the knowledge. It was for the people that had, put all their lives on the line for the research, all the, 50 and 60 years under each scholar who had put in that the information was defended. It's sacred knowledge, just like ancient Kemet. You know what I'm saying? Defending the sacred temples and things from invaders. Nigga, we suit up and boot up. We don't compromise, nigga. You stepping on sacred ground. It's time to go to war. Straight up. That's the way it is and shit. You offer a motherfucker olive branch in the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? To see if it's a possible compromise. If it ain't no pop, fuck it. Then let it be what it's gonna be. You see what I'm saying? Let it be what it's gonna be. Because I intend to come out victorious. You understand? Not for no glory and them nigga. I'm coming victorious because all of the great ones that didn't put this information, we gonna let these niggas in cahoots with the devil himself destroy this library and university of greatness and all the research that is nothing other than the truth. So, nothing other than the truth, you see, and to destroy that so niggas can go back on the mental plantation of white Jesus and all this other shit, apple pie and bless America and all this bullshit. We can't do this. We can't do this. And so, I'm looking out and I'm just hearing the level of scholarship. Like, man, is you niggas serious? I mean, you until you hear, because I'm thinking to myself, okay, everybody got titles and shit until you hear the information that come out of their mouth and you be like, nigga, what is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? What is you talking about? It should be clear by now. If I'm serious, man. You'd be surprised, man. Motherfucker who they claim to be masters and shit, man. And you listen to the information, yeah, master manipulators, master goddamn manipulators. But you be surprised for Yeah, that's right. That's right. Jimmy TV in there dropping some science. Says it's correct that why ancient Egypt had mystery symbols. Not everyone's supposed to possess. They not and did not. You understand what I'm saying? People talking about they and did not. You see, and did not. Nobody else built megalithic like that. You see, nobody else built megalithic like ancient Egypt. Nobody. Nobody. Consistently for over 3,000 years, continuously, from the first damn dynasty to the last dynasty, built megalithically. And then they went up the river into Nubia. Then they went up the river in Aksum and still continued to build megalithically. So the Nile Valley was built megalithically up into the 16th century without a break. You understand what I'm saying? So, but we have some compromisers, man. We got to hold the line, man. We got to hold the line. There's a lot of wishy-washy ass Negro scholarship going on out there. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of Negro scholarship. You supposed to stand. I've been Nile Valley. I'm gonna stay Nile Valley. You see what I'm saying? I'm red, black, and green. I'm gonna stay red, black, and green. You see what I'm saying? Because I know it's the truth. Ain't no getting around that. I can debate any motherfucker on the planet, not just no one nigga. Y'all niggas is fabricating knowledge. Y'all fabricating shit. And that's why it only take one little dagger to crack y'all niggas a glass chest plate. You see what I'm saying? You be up there and then sticking that chest out, knowing it's glass, and all it take is a pebble. Be like, bing, hit that motherfucker, and you can hit it. That motherfucker just start cracking open. You see? So we have to be careful out here, man. We have to be careful out here. I'm not in cahoots with no nigga that ain't about what I'm about. You feel what I'm saying? I don't do that. I don't even make motherfuckers believe that I'm down with that shit. You see what I'm saying? Real talk. People can say I'm divisive. Yeah, I'm gonna be divisive for the truth. You see, I'm gonna be divisive for the truth. You see, anything that I speak on and teach on, I was under a master teacher, and I revert back to a master teacher. You see what I'm saying? I revert back to a master teacher. These niggas ain't got no teachers. These niggas fabricating this shit for their own glory and spit on knowledge that's been verified, nigga. This has been verified. This knowledge has been verified by elite scholars and shit down through the centuries and shit. You see that, and we've been given the information today, and now niggas want to put you like a genie in a goddamn lamp and trap you into a lamp. You see, they doing some slick shit on you niggas. This is like a real psyop going on at this time. You see, running games on niggas. And if you you ain't got the basic understanding of history and knowledge, nigga, just the basic. And you could destroy this shit. You could destroy this shit with basic knowledge. This ain't and that just show you how people ain't got the basic knowledge. Cause too many niggas sometimes they come in on the occult shit. And the occult shit is good, but you have to have your feet on solid ground before you jump through portals and shit. You got to have your feet on solid ground. You can't just start jumping through wormholes and shit with the occult knowledge. You got to have foundational knowledge first. So when you know what I'm saying? So when you get to floating, nigga, you got something that, solid that can bring you back down to earth and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Some niggas get to jumping through them goddamn wormholes and they ain't been back on earth since. Them niggas been in the goddamn ether some goddamn well floating. And then when you ask the nigga a question, he think just being, like nigga, you got to be in both worlds, nigga. You have to be, you have to master both you got to master both planes. Too many of y'all niggas jump through the wormhole and can't get back through. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people come through they get a teacher, you understand, that, come through the wormhole. That was their first teacher, was the occult teacher, which is a esoterical, it's a hidden, mysterious understanding. And so it's gonna take you it gonna take you left. You feel me? You know, and there's some truth in that. But thank you, family. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Remember for over 22 months. All right, that's what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? But you, and that don't mean don't go into occultism. But sometimes you got to have your feet on solid ground. That's why most of the occult not mystery schools, you had to be a certain age to get into them schools. You couldn't just come into the mystical or the mystical magical arts and shit unless you had reached a certain plane. You see, and they, because some of you niggas, once you go through, you lose your mind. You lose your mind. You could go insane, nigga, and that's what didn't happen. A lot of these niggas then went insane. You feel me? And so, and that's that. You got that. So I got teachers and shit for every, and I only fuck with the best. I don't fuck with a whole bunch of motherfuckers. You see, I only fuck with the best. So yeah, I Dr. Ben, Dr. John Henry Clark, Ivan Van Sertima, Khaled, who else? Shaka, you see, John G. Jackson, Chancellor Williams, George G.M. James, Drusilla Dungy Houston, uh, J.A. Rogers, you see, Leo Hansberry. I only mess with the elite. And then when I go into the cult, I do listen to Bobby Hemmett. I do listen to Bobby Hemmett. I do listen to Bobby Hemmett. If I'm gonna listen to some occultism, that's who I listen to. You see what I'm saying? He go out there sometime, not necessarily just, it just, and I had to, you had to stay solid. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay solid because that's what it is. It's chaos, and I understand chaos. But you have to be solid before you go into that damn arena. You see what I'm saying? Because some of these niggas, once they go into that arena, they can't. You understand? They stay in the mythical world, and they like motherfucking Willy Wonka and shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker like Willy Wonka or goddamn. You know what I'm saying? What's that motherfucker? Like a Keely and shit. When she go on the rainbow and ride and shit into the dreamland and shit. You can't get a nigga to come back home. He don't know how to get back home. And so that's why they teach you had to get the foundational teachings first. So when you do go through that you could get back. Some of them niggas ain't never coming back. They motherfucking ass yeah, so you have to have some understanding of that. But we got a lot of wishy-washy niggas out there today, man. That's why I try to tell you, no matter what, stay solid. You know what I'm saying? Stay solid, man. No matter, I keep listening to the great and the crazy shit as you elevate in your mind. You can read certain books and you can watch certain video of the masters and come back and watch that same video or read that same book again, and it'll say something all totally different to you as you out because you dealing with master teachers and they writing that shit, and until you develop, it's gonna say something to you each stage of development. So you had to keep reading, man, them books. And so it's been some things I've been studying with Ivan Van Sertima on the OMAC, man. Ivan Van Sertima exposed a lot of shit about them OMACs, man, that motherfuckers is tripping on. And I went behind him. I would say, okay, I was listening to something just yesterday, and he was saying, I ain't gonna reveal it because it's a dagger. You see, yeah, it's all allegory. That's what it's supposed to be. Some of it is true for allegory, though. It ain't just that it's meant, but when you're dealing with mystery systems, that's how they hide the information. It ain't that some of it is not true, but you have to understand the allegory. You have to understand the mystic language. You have to understand the mystic language. You see, but most people don't understand the foundation of it is the Nile Valley, because ain't no mystery system on this planet greater than the Nile. That's just a fact. all ancient systems related that fact. They are almost universal on that fact. You see what I'm saying? Even if they try to promote something like Atlantis and Lemuria, then they say, "Oh, we know it ain't no fucking Atlantis." You understand? You just need a reason to say that some other than black people invented Egypt. So you say, "Oh, the Atlanteans started Egypt," which is a goddamn lie. So you know that Egypt is the primary source of magical science and what they call esoterical thought on this planet. That's the home and mother of all mother mystery systems on this planet. The mother, and ain't no other comparison. So once you master the Nile, once you master the Nile, man, everything else is like you see through that shit. Straight up. You know, don't let no motherfucker play you. You understand what I'm saying? You see through that shit like, okay. You know what I'm saying? All you had to do is study the Nile. And then you can come to all of that other shit later. You know what I'm saying? And when you get to it, you begin to you begin to see the shit before, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, I see what that is. Okay, that's this. You see what I'm saying? But you can't do it vice versa. You can't do it vice versa. There's no way to do it vice versa. So you have to most definitely study the Nile first, and then that's like the key, the legend to all mysteries. And if it can't be explained by the Nile Valley, it's some offshoot shit. You don't need it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need it. I don't need none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? The Freemasonry, that's null and void. You know what I'm saying? Once you got the Nile, all that Greek shit they do at that's null and void. You can keep that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't need none of that. Don't want to hear nothing about it neither. You see what I'm saying? You fabricate. You got a fabricated myth, and you can't use allegory because at this point in time, once you understand, y'all still on some Hiram and so y'all archaic with y'all shit. You see what I'm saying? That's archaic esotericism. That shit is outdated. It's once they went over to to Egypt, the French and the British, they updated their shit, man. That old shit, man. That's why when you go to many of these goddamn cemeteries, they got all type of Nile Valley shit. They gave up on that Hebrew shit. Even the Jews gave up on it. You see, you can go to the damn cemetery and they be Jews and got Egyptian regalia in the damn cemetery. You see what I'm saying? They updated that shit once they came out of goddamn Egypt. Once Napoleon them came out of Freemasonry, that's when real modern Freemasonry started. When they came out of Egypt is when they really started what you want to know, quote unquote, Freemasonry. The new improved shit. You see what I'm saying? All that other, and they still got that old shit. I don't know if they didn't slid some new material in there or not, but that old shit, yeah, that old shit that they got, man, them books and shit, all that Hiram and all that, man, that shit garbage. Even though it's esoteric, that shit garbage, man. Straight up. And they know that, you know what I'm saying? But they hold on to it just like the Christians hold on to Jesus and the Muslim hold on to Islam. They're gonna hold on to it, but they know niggas got their number. That's why a lot of people are mad. They not mad at the nigger in Africa with they mad at the scholarship, nigga. They want to tie Pan-Africanism to the nigga over there and say, oh, they over here talking. These niggas ain't had shit to do with that scholarship. Nothing. You see what I'm saying? Niggas over here was on some intellectual, jumping, we talking about, man, extraordinary leaps into consciousness. You see what I'm saying? So when you talk about the people that's upset with the Pan-African scholarship, you talking about the Christians, the Muslims, the Freemasons, you talking about the Greeks and, the Greek world and, you know what I'm saying, the fraternity world. You got a lot of motherfuckers that's mad at the Pan-African community, man, for lighting their ass up with that scholarship. So that's really what you see. That motherfucker overseas that they keep throwing up, that's a straw man argument. You see what I'm saying? It really is. Diop was cold-blooded too. Man, Diop cracked their head. You see what I'm saying? He did. He cracked their head. He hurt their ass. You know, he put some classic shit together that they, and to this day, you know what I'm saying, that they cannot refute. That they cannot refute. So he alone, he in there too. You see what I'm saying? The only thing I didn't like about Shay Diop, he married a white woman, and that fucked him up. You see what I'm saying? You got all this scholarship, nigga, and then you go right behind and you marry that white woman. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's what he fucked up. But that's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these groups is trying but they can't do it. So what they rather do is create a straw man argument and try to tie, Black Power, try to tie the intellectual aspect to to the average little African over there and say, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with this scholarship, nigga. Straight up. Matter of fact, both of y'all upset, and both of them motherfuckers is more alike than we is, because both the FBA, when you talk about the FBA, and I'm spitting nothing but facts, the most dominant religion of the FBA is Christianity. So when you go in there, you see white Jesus and shit in their Bibles, white Jesus up on the wall still. Now they trying to put a little color in it, but they worship the same God. You see what I'm saying? What is you talking about? Y'all niggas is brothers and sisters in Christ. What the fuck is y'all talking about? The book say if y'all speak, y'all supposed to see each other as brothers and sisters. So how the hell you going? I mean, what is greater, your FBA or your love of Christ? And they say, goddamn, you put anything above Christ, nigga, you not worthy of heaven. That's what they say. So if that man that you dissing and you say you a Christian, so what is you? You a ball of confusion. Y'all niggas is a ball of confusion, man. Y'all niggas is a ball of confusion. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all believe in. Straight up. You see what I'm saying? But I could tell you this, y'all didn't got your, and you could, and even though, again, and this is what I've been trying to tell y'all, they sit up here and tell you, listen, they sit up here and a lot of them, and they talk about over here. They talk about over here. They talk about over here, but the God that they worship is from over there. You see what I'm saying? Jesus is from Bethlehem. He not from goddamn St. Louis. He ain't from goddamn Chattanooga. He from goddamn Bethlehem. So how is it y'all got a Christ figure from way over in goddamn Bethlehem? You see what I'm saying? You got a Christ figure from way over there in Bethlehem, and then you go into the Bible, and the Bible got a genealogy of nations and lineages of nations in the Bible, and ain't one lineage that says they came to America in the Bible. So you got a book that you believe in. You see what I'm saying? With your Christ figure coming from Bethlehem overseas. And then when you go into the table of nations, the three sons of Noah, where you got Ham, Shem, and Japheth, ain't no lineage that lead over here, but this is your religion. This is your religion. You see what I'm saying? You see, if it make that make sense. You got to make that shit make sense, man. And so, that's the problem. So you see, and a lot of these niggas over here, Freemasons, they tired of that. They tired of nigga getting on Hiram and Solomon and all of that. They tired of that. You see, even though we see the obelisk and people and niggas don't want to respect Africa, but his master idolized Africa so much, he put Osiris Phallus as the highest and most recognizable monument in the United States, probably outside of maybe and probably the Statue of Liberty, but the Washington Monument, the highest monument in Washington, D.C., no other monument can be or building can be higher than the Washington Monument. Osiris phallus sitting right there in the center of Washington, D.C. So here it is. They want to deny Egypt, and he got a Bible where not only Moses, who in the Torah, you see what I'm saying, where it says Moses was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptian. So the greatest figure of the Old Testament, which is Moses, got his education in Egypt. And then they Christ figure, when he was a baby, had to flee into Egypt, went there for some like, I don't know how many years. He was there for almost like, he was there for 12, but he could have been there even longer than that. You see what I'm saying? Because he fled as a child, then he came back, and then he disappeared for 18 more years. I think he was gone for about 18 years, and he showed up finally when he was like 32, some 32, 31, 32 years old. He was missing 18 years of his life. And most scholarships say he was in Egypt. So it says, out of Egypt, I have called my son. So they fleeing from Africa, even though their religion is entrenched and you understand what I'm saying, in the science of ancient Egypt, and even they masters, the most venerated monument in the whole goddamn land is the phallus of Osiris. They can't get around that, nigga. Y'all niggas is crumbling. Y'all niggas is crumbling. You crumbling. You feel what I'm saying? So all the others, all the other branches of knowledge and shit, and they not all 100% solid, the Freemasons, but they all okay. I see my yeah. So ain't no getting around that. Ain't no, and when they can find being FBA, if they can find their lineage in that Bible that they believe in, show me which son of Ham, which son of Shem, which son of Japheth came to America. Where is y'all in that lineage? And so why are y'all worshiping a Bible y'all ain't even got a lineage in? Again, that's why they came up with the Book of Mormon to give to that pale Indian so he can have a link, because he didn't have no lineage. You see what I'm saying? He didn't have no lineage. The Mormons, the Church of Latter-day Saints gave the pale Indian man over here a lineage in the Bible by saying two Israelite, I believe they was from the tribe of Ephraim. Ephraim left Israel during the time of the destruction of Israel and shit, and they came to America. And so that's how the Indian today, all them fabricated Hebrew Israelite, that's where they get all that shit from. You see, so y'all ain't even got no lineage in the Bible. Y'all niggas FBA need to become Mormons. You see what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers might as well add the Book of Mormon to y'all shit, because y'all ain't give up the Bible, nigga. Give up for y'all niggas in Freemasonry. See, I know what it is. We know what it is now, you see? So, but to end on this, a lot of these, go make sure, if the elders is not in compliance, I'm just being real. If they not in compliance with Dr. Ben, Dr. John Henry Clark, if they not in compliance with Ivan Van Sertima, if they not in compliance with Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, nigga, I get rid of that. Update you being a Pan-African today, a member of GAS, Global African Supremacy. That's what we about. These niggas that they showing ain't got nothing to do with none of this scholarship. You see what I'm saying? These niggas trying to get this scholarship out of the way. These are a Negro MAGA. That agenda that Trump got going on, where he trying to get rid of all the history of black people out the museums, out the books. This is the same agenda what they trying to do, and they trying to use that shit over there as a straw man argument, which ain't no argument. Again, I'm gonna tell you again, there is no movement back to Africa. Nobody is going back to Africa. Them twos and fews that y'all see there, y'all stretching that shit to make it big, bigger than what it is. You cannot find one nigga in your community. Don't go on the internet, go into your community and find me one nigga actively trying to move back to Africa. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but y'all then blowed that up, made it hype, made it hysteria. In today's Pan-Africanism, they see Africa as a holy land, a place for pilgrimage where they go visit and enjoy the people, enjoy the land, see the monuments, make a connection, go home, come back. But they most of the work that Pan-African scholarship activists have been done right here in the United States of America. Damn near 100% of it. So what the fuck is you niggas talking about? That straw man argument. You niggas is the has-beens. You the niggas that got beat up in scholarship. You're mad and you're trying to use the program of the MAGA as a mean to get rid of the Pan-Africanists, and as that's what they want. They want to try to get that information out of here. That's really what they want. They tired of niggas jumping on the Freemasonry. They tired of niggas jumping on Christianity, Catholicism, Protestantism. They tired of niggas jumping on Islam. They tired of niggas jumping on all of that. They tired of that. You see what I'm saying? So they would rather try to banish you by tying you to some lowly, when in actuality they need each other. We actually on the outside of both of the groups, the niggas over there and the so-called niggas that talk about them. They connected by frequency, because no way you could be so concerned about such a lowly nigga like that unless you was lowly yourself. How the hell you connect worried about a nigga so low in frequency like that? He's that big a threat to you. Once you rise your frequency, he's no longer a threat. He's no longer a threat. Once you raise your frequency, when you raise your motherfucking frequency, they no longer a threat. So when you say you talk about a motherfucker all the time, that mean nigga, you stay on his frequency and his level. So y'all motherfuckers more alike than the Pan-Africanist. We outside of that spectrum. Y'all worship white Jesus. We don't fuck with neither one of y'all niggas. Real talk. Y'all worship Muhammad. We don't fuck with y'all. What is you talking about? Neither one of you. You see what I'm saying? We like, damn, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck are they trying to? That's y'all. Both of y'all need each other. Y'all worship the same gods, and you see what I'm saying? That's what y'all do. So now that we done step back and look at this shit for what it is, we have exposed them, man. They've been exposed. And there ain't no going back in the bag, nah. Ain't no going back in the bag. So y'all can talk loud and all of that shit. I didn't listen to your teachings is weak. Y'all try to make up for it with loud talking and speed talking. You motherfuckers be speak. Wait a minute, nigga. Slow down. Slow down. Let's run this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Let's fact check this shit. You see what I'm saying? Let's fact check this shit. So, they talking too goddamn fast and they talking too goddamn loud because they don't know nothing. You see? And so I'm very confident. I'm very confident at this point in time that we will be victorious. I have no doubt in my mind that we will be victorious. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? And I can say that with a smile on my face. You know what I'm saying? We will be victorious. The truth and the knowledge that our ancestors and our master teachers have prepared for us for, with their life, dedicating their life to the research and the preservation of our people. That, once we use that as a fire and we get back and immerse ourselves in that knowledge, and when we immerse and go back you will see that we will be victorious. They cannot beat us. They don't have no scholarship. They got hollership, but they ain't got scholarship. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, we got to understand that. But anyway, watch all these cats because if they don't if they not in compliance with Dr. Ben, Dr. John Henry Clark, Ivan Van Sertima, you understand what I'm saying? All the master teachers, you understand? If they ain't in compliance with that, beat it. Your time is up. We don't need you niggas. Straight up. We'll hit reset with our teachers. You feel what I'm saying? And go back to our teachers and dismiss all these niggas. It's time to clean house. You see what I'm saying? Because if you ain't spitting fire on these motherfuckers for disrespecting the lives of all these great, then you not worthy to be called a elder, nigga. I don't care who it is. You're not worthy. You have denied your responsibility. You supposed to defend our masters, but without apology. You should be unapologetic and unmerciful on people that spit fire on the teachings of our master elders. Do you feel me? You should be unapologetic and unmerciful on their ass. And at this point, I have, and again, I tried to offer the olive. There is no olive branch no more. You see what I'm saying? I got on all armor, nigga. I got all armor on, and I'm ready to ride out, nigga, with the red, black, and green. You feel what I'm saying? The Black Knight, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? The Black Knight, nigga, a black nationalism, nigga. And I'm ready to ride out. You understand, with the red, black, and green. And I will be victorious. We will be victorious. You feel me? Keep your eye on these cats out here, man, cause shit ain't right, man. Shit ain't right what's going on. But family, check me out. Get over there to Patreon. We got one more on YouTube, and then we're gonna go over to Patreon, man. I'm gonna have a very amazing visuals. We got a lot of time tonight. You see what I'm saying? We got a lot of time. It's just 12 where I'm at. So we most definitely, I don't know what time it is where you at, but I got another hour and a half in me. So we got some fire that's gonna be dropped. I'll see y'all in a minute. Get over there to Patreon. Link is in the chat, kingseti.com. And I'll see y'all back here in just a second. Black Power.